A Michigan man who authorities say threw his 20-month-old daughter against the wall near her crib has pleaded guilty to charges of second-degree homicide and child abuse. Zachary Quinn Bieske, 25, of Midland, entered pleas to resolve the case of the death of Delilah Quinn Bieske on Thursday. The father faces 15-25 years in prison for the second-degree homicide charge, in accordance with the plea deal. The maximum sentence for the child abuse charge is up to 10 years in prison. Sentencing has been scheduled for September 27. Midland County Prosecutor J.D. Brooks, Bieske and his lawyer drafted a written description of what occurred on the night of October 24, days before the death of Delilah Quinn. The description stated that Bieske had argued with his live-in girlfriend at the time, who is not the mother of Delilah Quinn, which made him angry, before he threw the child. He carried her to her crib and forcefully flung her above the crib, knowing it was likely she would hit the wall, which could lead to her death, according to the statement. The statement acknowledged that Bieske did not take Delilah Quinn to the hospital that night, that he went to bed without checking on her and left for work the next morning without checking on her. On the evening of October 25, Bieske returned home to find his daughter had vomited on herself, so he bathed her, changed her clothes and tried to feed her, but she was too out of it to eat, so he again put her to bed. On the morning of October 26, Bieske again went to work without checking on Delilah Quinn, and she was not taken to the hospital until that afternoon, after his then-girlfriend called him to tell him she had called an ambulance. Share this article. Share the child was taken to the hospital, where hospital officials called the police due to suspicions of abuse. Delilah Quinn was then transferred to Covenant Healthcare in Saginaw, where she succumbed to her injuries on October 27. An autopsy confirmed she suffered a fractured skull on the back of her head, retinal hemorrhaging and bleeding in the brain, WNEM reported. Brooks asked Bieske to acknowledge that he and his then-girlfriend had discussed taking Delilah to the hospital sooner, but Bieske wanted to wait to see if her condition improved. Delilah Quinn was born to Bieske and Chelsea Smith on February 4, 2016. Delilah was a beautiful, perfect creation with eyes as deep and blue as the sky, her obituary read. Our little girl loved other babies and her many baby dolls. Riding her tricycle was one of her favorite things to do. Delilah was full of laughter and dance, always playful and compassionate towards her family. Her brother, Sebastian Bieske, almost 3 years old, was her best friend and they were inseparable. Delilah Quinn is survived by her parents and brother, Sebastian Cole, as well as aunts, uncles, grandparents, great-grandparents and many more extended family members. Zachary Quinn Bieske was arrested on November 9 and originally faced charges including first-degree murder related to the death of his toddler daughter. Circuit Court Judge Michael J. Beal accepted Bieske's pleas to the charges of second-degree homicide and child abuse on Thursday and explained to him that he may withdraw his guilty plea if the sentence handed down on September 27 is greater than the agreed-upon sentence. Smith was not present when the incident occurred, and Bieske's then-girlfriend has not been charged, though it was initially reported by WNEM that Bieske had blamed her for his daughter's death.